Hi, I'm Steve Chrisman. I'm the superintendent here at the Medina County Career Center. Here at the Career Center, we have always focused on career technical programming and academic excellence. But now with the help of our corporate partnerships, we're now offering safe driving. The Career Center is happy to host the Take Control Driving program.
Teenagers are the number one people that are in accidents, and it's primarily because of the lack of just time behind the wheel. Two of our children were killed in a car accident, and that's sort of the impetus behind how we got involved with this. Aaron was just a couple days shy of turning 17, and Drew was 13. Yeah, I kind of questioned, should I be letting her drive him to school? But we lived a mile, probably less than a mile from the school. So what can happen a mile away from home to your school? One of their classmates, kind of oddly, had been at school, but a friend of his had missed the bus and asked him to come back and get him. So he left school to go get him.
Aaron was driving, Andrew was in the passenger seat, and they were pulling out of their own driveway. The other student went down a hill, and at that point, Aaron pulled out and he hit them broadside, right in front of the house.
And unfortunately, Aaron died at the scene. And Drew survived long enough that the next day, when they pronounced him, he was able to be an organ donor. They were both donors.
On a Saturday afternoon, our daughter left the house, like a lot of 18-year-olds do in the afternoon, to go visit some friends. Had only really gotten 3 miles from the house probably, and freezing rain had developed and the roads became very icy, and she had lost control of her car and was hit by another car and died at the scene.
First couple of years were pretty much a blur for me. I don't know a lot of dates, a lot of things like that, so it was hard. Yeah.
It's still difficult 10 years from now. As for, I think, any parent it would be, she has one brother. It was very, very difficult for him at the time. He was 14 years old, and they were very, very good friends.
I remember it was a Saturday evening, roughly 7:30 at night. I was the first officer on scene. When I got there was a vehicle that was upside down in a ditch. I remember I went down into the ditch and I could see Michelle was trapped inside the vehicle. There were two other individuals that appeared to be stuck. When I came back down, the two other children were out of the car, and I could tell that Michelle was deceased. We later found out that the family was at the hospital. I remember thinking to myself, how are you going to do this? My leg was shaking uncontrollably. Made that notification to the family in one of the waiting rooms, and I could remember the crying, the individuals falling on the floor. Just that emotion of seeing that family recognize that their life was forever changed.
The hardest thing any parent will ever have to do is take that phone call and go on from there. And we just don't want to see anybody else have to do that.
So this is a personal thing for our community. These are not strangers. These are families that live with us, had their children with us, and they also want to see other people's children be able to live and have those dreams that they had for their children.
And then for the DePiros, I actually met them for the first time when they were giving a speech at the detention center. And I remember they were standing in front of the room talking about their situation. The driver that struck Aaron and Andrew's vehicle was there, and they stood up there and they forgave him. And to see that forgiveness, that emotion on their face, and to watch these kids see that unfold before them was so powerful. All three of us walked out in the parking lot. We talked some more. I told them about this program.
When I look back to just, the first time we met, we sat in a Panera looking over some paperwork saying, what do you think we can do? And knowing they were already doing a program similar-ish in Medina County, but they were for kids who had already had tickets or had already been in accidents.
Laura specifically said that she loved the idea, but she just wanted it to be open to kids that didn't have citations. They didn't have to commit a violation. Their family got involved, and then so did our partners at Westfield.
What was appealing to us about Take Control was it brought together private citizens, private businesses, government, all with a passion around one particular thing, helping, save lives.
When Take Control started, our court was contacted and we had a grant writer. And we thought this would be a great program to reach out in the community to save children, to help other agencies, the police agencies, some foundations that were raising money to try to prevent the same incidents that happened to them.
I tell you that it was really started to snowball when they started talking about a driving course.
It kind of sets it in concrete, which it is a huge concrete parking lot that they do it in, but it sets it in concrete that this will be around for a long time.
Yeah, so Take Control Driving is a course that's offered once a month. It's a 3-hour course for licensed teens. And the goal of it really is to put them into situations that you don't really get to practice when you're learning to get your driver's license, yet we all encounter, and when you encounter them, they can be scary, devastating, accident-causing.
One of them is just evasive lane change. If something were to come out in front of the kids as they're driving, whether it's another vehicle, an animal, just evasive lane change, emergency braking. And then we also use a drift lift car, which puts them into a skid, and they have to recover from it.
And have real live police officers teaching you. Not just an instructor is going to sit in the car with you, his brake on his foot just in case something happens. These police officers are dedicated.
They're good people trying to help them. They try to keep them safe. They joke with them at the class. They have fun with them at the class.
And all the people that run this program, all certified driving instructors, they're the best of the best.
So it's come over many, many years to get to this point, but it's because everyone's driven by the end goal. The ultimate goal of this is a gift. It's a gift to families in the hopes that they don't have to lose a loved one or a child as a result of an accident.
Jessica, our daughter, was 18 at the time, and like I said, she never came home that day. And if we can save one parent from getting that phone call, that's our goal for this program. She was beautiful inside and out. We're very proud of her and all of her accomplishments in such a short life. We're honored. I know Phil, myself, my son, my entire family, we're honored to support this fine program, and we will continue to do it for as long as we can.
And I don't want them to be poster children for tragedy. We want them to be poster children for hope and teaching and education and making a difference in other lives. And we really feel driven from their spirit to be able to do this.
They're sustaining the memories of their children. And I believe that the students that participate in Take Control really feel some accountability to being safe drivers.
There's not a number that I can tell you that we've saved or that this program's prevented being in an accident, but I know it's happened. I know with all my heart that this program has saved those types of conversations from taking place. So to put a number on it, we won't be able to do it. But just to know that these kids have received better or advanced training for this is in and of itself, I think, very positive.
Even if it saves one life, is beneficial for one parent never to have to receive that phone call.
And to write a check every couple years to fund the program we're doing, it really helps us remember Erin and Andrew, but also the fact is knowing that we're helping people.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'd like to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.